Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Tatum on the wing. Nice ball movement by Boston. Just 5 on the clock. The kick out to Holiday. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander.
He just boxed my shit.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
The dive for the ball.
But get your bitch ass on. Quit pausing.
Last touch by Hartenstein. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. He knows how much Jason Tatum can impact the game. The coach told me Tatum has improved the way he reads the game, how he responds to a defense. He's faster. That means we have to be crisp with how we rotate and send a double. Not a lot of wiggle room on the floor when Tatum is processing information. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Porzingis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's tough for the defense. Porzingis inside. I don't know who defensively is going to get to him.
On the wing, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, towards. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a two-pointer. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Outside, Porzingis. Porzingis is double. The kick out to Tatum. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Those 3 pointers off the mark. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Dort. Holmgren the screen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. The people in the know how good of a defender he is.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren can't hit. Here's Tatum. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
And there's the frame being put to use by Tatum. He knows he's dangerous down low.
Pass to Williams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. So it's Boston now. Here's Brown. There's the drive. Outside Holiday. Back to White. Outside Holiday. Down low. Here's Tatum. A miss that time.
Oh my God, bro.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
And
This
Dort
is
gets it
bad
to go.
basketball.
And how about the athleticism of Dort? You see the width he has, but man, he can outwork you defensively.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Sinks the three-pointer. Tatum's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Back to Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams scanning the floor. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Brown. Porzingis inside. Out to White. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
First team foul.
That one on Dort. The Celtics shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And he knocks down the first one. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
A wide open look here for Caruso. That ball's ice feed that time from Wiggins.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
No.
To the paint. Here's Horford. Excellent D there from Williams.
Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
About 7 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. And stolen by White. Over in the corner, Brown. Here's Hauser.
And what a find by Brown, demonstrating a willingness to create for teammates.
Screen by Wiggins. Here's Caruso. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Celtics. They're up by 3.
The Celtics, 12.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
The defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Jason Tatum grabs the board. Brent, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval, SGA. One of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
Six to shoot. Back to Horford. Pass to Pritchard. Here's Shireman. Down by Williams.
What, bro?
Thunder trailing by 5. To the middle. Stolen by Tatum. Here's Shireman. And the
He
rebound
missed?
goes to the Thunder.
This nigga trash.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 points.
Gilgeous-Alexander is such a tough cover, especially at his size.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Tatum slips by the contact inside.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Out to Porzingis.
What the fuck am I doing?
Back to Tatum. Pass to Hauser. For the 3.
Very late? God
It's a miss.
damn.
He's made one and missed one. Under trailing by 3. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Caruso. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Austin with the ball. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Jrue Holiday said, "We can play small and big. We have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger." Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure.
Good foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad
Shane
blood
gonna get that
between those two.
motherfucker.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Hartenstein. Nifty move. Porzingis with the rebound. Celtics leading by 6. Inside, Horford. And finished off by Horford.
All right, Al Horford getting up there for the jam. You forget how big he is.
They get it back. Shot's good by Williams.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Brown wide open, he fires. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
That's a smart pass. Get it to Brown and just let Jalen cook.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Wants to get it to Holmgren and does. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Shot clock at 5. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And now it's Brown running.
Out of half.
Whoa, the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
Damn.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
This is that guy Kagi.
And there it is again.
I had
On
to,
a lot of
man.
their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Holiday. We've got 28 seconds left now here in the second. Lays it up off the glass.
Little as fuck.
Holiday's got the lead up to 10 now for the Celtics.
Great focus from Drew there. The D was all over him, but it didn't seem to affect his focus. Gets that bucket to go.
That's to Porzingis. Here's Brown. Back to Porzingis. Takes a 3. And Drew Holiday with the 3. Holiday's got 5.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
They're just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
And so it's Boston, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander, with that height at his position, allows him to do so many things other guys really pretty much dream of.
It's Brown on the wing. No good on the triple. Thunder trailing by 11. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Here's Tatum. 7 points in the game. Pass to White. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Porzingis. Thunder with the rebound. To the inside. Back to Holmgren. To the paint. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Holmgren's got it back down to single digits for Oklahoma City. Pass to Porzingis. It's blocked. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Back to Dort. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. 8 points for him.
Gilgeous-Alexander can hit you with a lot of moves, tricky to defend.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Pass to Holiday. There's Brown with the 3. The shot, no good.
The D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go.
Gilgeous-Alexander up there, so dynamic as a finisher.
Holiday. And he banks in the layup. 7 points for Drew Holiday.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Boston making a switch here. Thunder trailing by 8. Pass to Hartenstein. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. No good that time. Nice D from Porzingis. Boston leading by 8. Inside. And finished off by Brown.
Big slam there by Brown, just dominating the rim.
Hartenstein inside. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one drops. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points now this quarter.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Outside Tatum. Holiday left side. Pass to Pritchard. For 3. Good. It's Tatum picking up the assist. Pritchard got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Tatum's shot is off.
As a big, once you get positioned inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Over to the wing. Here's Pritchard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Pritchard's got 5 now.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Porzingis with the ball. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Brown. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Chalk up 2 there. Porzingis has got the lead up to 13 now for Boston.
Even when Tatum isn't the shooter, he's dangerous. He can set up. Look at that. Oh, now that hurts the defense there. Stylish move by SGA.
Outside Tatum. Misses the three. Down low. Here's Williams.
Made that shit.
Good. Gilgeous Alexander making the play.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Celtics lead by 9. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Celtics leading by 9. Right side Tatum. Outside Horford. Oh, good.
Rushing that bitch.
Caruso with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. Nice pass. Running to the rack.
Got the rushing one side. I'm gonna press
Wiggins
it
has
down.
got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for Oklahoma City.
What is this on
Here's
here?
Tatum. Tatum gets it to go inside.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And it's the attention to detail that sets Tatum apart from most players in our league.
Now Jang. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Buries it from 3-point range.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there to get a hand up on the shooter's face.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Here's Caruso. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And a miss there on the triple.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
And it's Jason Tatum.
Give me that.
That's his 3rd foul of the game. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
During that last break, Coach Mark Daigneault talked to his team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Thanks, David. Pass to Hauser. Tatum with it. Defended by Holmgren. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pritchard. From outside the arc. Busted. No good that time either. Thunder trailing by 8. Dort with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Holmgren with it. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession.
You love the
the pressure he's putting on them, almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Here's Holmgren. And it's White with the rebound. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. And here's Brown outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
It's so smooth when Brown is feeling it from deep. No hesitation.
Pass to Williams. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Porzingis. And stolen by Tatum. Here's Porzingis, a fast break chance. And it's White missing. Over in the corner, Dort. Pass to Holmgren. Back to Williams. Holmgren in the high post. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And here's Holiday. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. Traps in the tray. Holiday's got the lead up to 14 now for the Celtics.
That's confident shooting there from Jrue Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Back to Porzingis. Over Hartenstein. Porzingis can't hit. Under trailing by 12. And it's Dort off the drive.
And Dort with a big-time dunk.
On offense, here are the Celtics. And White slams it in.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that on the inbounds play. Exactly the way they drew it up.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Pass to Tatum. Back to Brown. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And contact down the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He hits the first one, and that brings them within single digits. And so Hartenstein nails both of them. 55 seconds left in the game. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over.
Out to Porzingis. In the corner. Tatum with it. Off target with his three. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Here's Dort. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Back to Holmgren. Pass to Hartenstein. Plays it up and banks it in. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Isaiah Hartenstein. First personal foul. Second team foul.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that one is good.
Well, you know Jason Tatum can score, and that's exactly what he's done thus far.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I'm going to use the cliche here. You can't take your timeouts with you, so they're going to use it.
13 foul. Shooting for Boston.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe here.
Torrey Craig.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home.